Welcome to 926 Style with Tobby the King, where I'm your talk show host bringing you current trendy topics in the world of beauty and fashion. On today's show, we're tackling conversations that's been said a long time in years past and present. Some say male hairstylists are preferred over female hairstylists. Women hairstylists are more organized than men. Male hairstylists are more understanding, while female hairstylists can sometimes be petty. Well, today here on 926 Style, these are only a few of the trending beliefs that we'll be discussing. The male hairstylist versus the female hairstylist. Stay tuned to 926 Style with Tobby the King for this thought-provoking, informative conversation.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Styles with Tobby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Styles, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Styles with Tobby the King.
Welcome to 926 Style with Tobby the King. Here on our show today, one of our guests we have here is the wife of the beloved late Master Barber Carlton Washington. She's a proud mother, grandmother, national evangelist, and master cosmetologist herself. Prophetess Tossia Washington, all the way from Auburn, Alabama. Prophetess Washington attended Meadows College in Columbus, Georgia. While there, she later went on to receive her master's in cosmetology from Southeastern Beauty School. Also being the proud co-founder of On the Move for Christ Ministry Worldwide, Prophetess Washington yet finds time to pursue her passion of cosmetology weekly. Alongside Prophetess Washington today stems all the way from Valley, Alabama, the Honorable Mr. Faheem Shabazz. Mr. Shabazz's educational background includes such colleges as J.F. Ingram, Gaston State Community College, Troy University, Southern Union State College, and a certificate of appreciation for participation in urban development from Tuskegee University. Mr. Shabazz also serves as a 23-year certified professional barber stylist and full-service barber shop owner in Lynette, Alabama, in which it has opened many doors of opportunity, such as becoming a real estate investor. Let's welcome today to 926 Style our special guest, Prophetess Washington and Mr. Faheem Shabazz. What's up, guys? I tell you, I'm so glad to have you all here today, and I just want to dive right on into the show today. Is it true that male stylists are preferred over female stylists?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, I have to disagree. I think it depends on the person.
Okay.
I think some people prefer male stylists because they think that male stylists, for some reason, can grow their hair. They think they're better stylists, but it also depends on the person. Some women are very funny about males being in their hair, so I think it just depends on the person.
Okay, well, Mr. Shabazz, I want to ask you a question. Well, what can the female do so that they can be preferred?
Well, I don't, it's really not a whole lot the females is going to be able to do because it's kind of like more of a sexist thing, you know?
Oh, wow. Okay.
In all fairness, but I think we can learn from each other. We can learn from each other. But we're living in a time where a lot of people, males and females, I think their preference are males because males are more passionate and more professional to a degree when it comes to those particular
Wow.
industries.
Okay.
And since you're saying that, Mr. Shabazz, I want to ask you a question. What is it that male stylists bring to the industry of value?
A value, they're more diverse. Nowadays, you know, everybody basically nowadays is pretty much gone sex crazy.
Yes, I agree.
You know, in all honesty.
In all honesty.
And you don't get those kind of conversations too much from the female stylists, but it's real prevalent when it comes to male stylists. And unfortunately, a lot of male stylists are very flirtatious.
Yes,
And that's not to say that that is socially accepted
Right.
amongst everybody, or those are the type of services that they actually want. But unfortunately, that is the reality that we live in. You know.
Perfectly said. Man, you know what? I agree with you wholeheartedly. I tell you what, Mrs. Prophetess Washington, now I want to hear, what does the female bring to the industry of value?
Well, I think one of the things that the female bring is trust. I think that it's easy for a female to trust a female.
I agree.
They don't really trust the male. So I think that's one of the things that we do bring. Not only are we a stylist, but we become their friend, their counselor, their minister, because they open up to us, they trust us to tell us things that they wouldn't share with anybody else. So one of the things that we do bring is trust.
Okay, now I am a male stylist, and Mr. Shabazz is a male stylist. So, Mr. Shabazz, I'm gonna ask you, what can we do as men to kind of move more into that realm of trust, as she say?
I think to a degree the trust is there. You know, a lot of times when you go to male, I know in my years of experience, a lot of people come into these salons and the barbershops to talk business.
Right.
And you see that a lot with a lot of male stylists. And not the trust even extends to a point to where even when people having relationship problems, men and women, I think they're more comfortable with talking to another male stylist, one that really understands, you know, what's going on, opposed to the female version of it. And like I said, again, that can be a little sexist, but unfortunately that, like I said earlier, you know, that's the reality that we live in.
It is a reality. I agree. I totally agree. And I want to ask you this, Mr. Shabazz, how difficult is it to work in a salon environment of the majority of either the same sex or the opposite sex?
Well, when it comes to, I speak on my own experiences. I remember when I gave a female barber or stylist a job, and we constantly had to deal with fighting the issue of guys sometimes going overboard to try to appeal to the male stylist. And it's not to say at that particular time that the female stylist was a master of her craft. But the good thing to that is that a lot of people would, in dealing with males, would give her that opportunity because of her caressiveness and the pampering and all of that, or what have you. But it creates a conflict of interest when you're trying to establish a business environment that's run on a professional level. It could get to be very difficult at times. And as far as working with other male stylists, sometimes a lot of us don't want to pay our dues as far as respecting the establishment and trying to build a respectful brand. Because we find ourselves deviating into other activities and things like this that are not necessarily conducive for the business that you know, or the brand that we're trying to establish. And you know, that's creates some hardships along the way.
Wow. I tell you, Prophetess Washington, I want to ask you the same question. How difficult is it to work in a salon environment with either majority of the same sex or the opposite?
Well, from experience, one of the first salons I did go into, the majority was males. And I feel like it can be difficult if you're not sure of yourself. If you go in and you're weak-minded, you're not going to last. And I think people will respect you if you respect yourself. So with me, it was not a problem. At the beginning, it was kind of, you know, touch and go. But as soon as they realized who I was and what I stood for, they became like family. So I think you have to go in knowing who you are and whose you are. And you'll get the respect if you respect yourself. So it just depends on the individual. So it can also be competitive. You know,
okay,
it can
is that with the female or the male?
Both. It can start being competitive, and it can really push you to be what you have inside of you. It'll bring it out when it becomes competitive. So it just depends.
Perfectly said. Well, you know what? I want you to stay tuned right here to 926 Style. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back for this in-depth conversation, the male stylist versus the female stylist.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 9TWO6STYLZ. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Tobby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Tobby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Tobby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Tobby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Tobby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. Welcome back to 926 Style with Tobby the King. I tell you, we're having a very in-depth conversation of the male stylist versus the female stylist. You don't want to go nowhere because you know what? I'm going to dive right back into it once again. I want to say to Prophetess Washington, what advice would you give to other females in the industry?
One of the things I would tell the females that are coming up today is very important to stay versatile. You got to be flexible. You can't just do relaxed hair. You can't just do shortcuts. You got to be able to do natural hair. A lot of people are going natural. So you got to be able to be flexible. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing hair. I think it's very important to stay with the trend. Stay with what's going on. Keep going to classes. You can constantly learn in this field. Never stop growing. That's one of the main things to be successful, like you are, Toby. So
I'll take that.
Yes,
I'll take that for myself.
if they want to be successful, then just keep growing. Never get comfortable. Never think you know it all, because we can always learn in this industry. So
okay, great. Now, Mr. Shabazz, I want you to tell me, what would you want to give to the male stylist?
Well, as she was just saying earlier, and I would add to that there's a famous biblical proverb that says, "He who knows that he knows not is no wiser than a fool."
Come on now. Yes.
So my thing is always be studious. Be studious, respectful, respect the craft, and respect each other. And just be humble.
Yes.
And be willing to venture out legally. And
Yes, I agree.
and brand yourself in a respectful way. And I found that doing those things will give you longevity in this type of industry. And that would be my advice to them, is just stay steadfast and be humble.
Wow, I tell you, that was good coming from both of you. Now, I want to flip it and say to Prophetess Washington, what advice do you want to give to the male stylists now, coming from a female perspective?
Wow. I would tell the male stylists to definitely be sensitive to the females. You know, you can't be so aggressive because you have some people that do wear their feelings on their sleeve. So it's very important to be sensitive both ways. So that's one of the things I would tell the male stylists, and lay off all the sex talk in because it can make people uncomfortable, and it can run your customers off. So you definitely want to have something else to talk about that will keep your customers coming back.
Wow, perfectly said. Now, Mr. Shabazz, I want to hear from you. What would you like to tell the female stylists?
Well, you know, the women are so universal nowadays, you know. But I would encourage them to try to get a better understanding as to the trends nowadays that a lot of males are venturing into, and I think that's most of them lack at, is they don't understand the trends in regards to males nowadays. But on a universal level, I think women they got it all wrapped up. So you know.
Wow, we'll take that.
I want to ask one quick question before we end this show. Is it a fact that sometimes women can be more petty than men?
Absolutely.
I think so.
Okay.
I will say that yes, we can. I don't know if it's our nature or what, but we can be petty.
Okay, so Mr. Shabazz, what do you think is a good tool you think that women should implement to kind of get past some of their pettiness?
Well, you know, it goes on in all of the shops, so it's kind of hard to say. Well, you know, gossiping.
Thank you.
Definitely put limitations on that, and be a little bit more professional as far as being an encouragement to each other and less competitive.
Thank you.
Although this is a competitive industry, but I think they should, as she was saying, in regards to the males, you know, should be a little bit more compassionate to others and understand the hardship that comes along with the industry as well.
Okay, I tell you, this has been a very interesting, in-depth, thought-provoking conversation today. And I tell you, both of you have been just amazing. And I appreciate you for coming today. And just in closing, I want both of you to take just about 5 or 10 seconds, and I want you to speak to the female stylists.
Well, to the female stylists, like he said, we need to just watch the conversations that we do have in the salon so that we'll keep our customers coming back, we'll keep them happy, and less gossip. I think it would do that. It will keep them coming back with less gossip.
Wow, great. Now, Mr. Shabazz, I want you to take a few seconds and speak directly to us men, because I am a man too. Speak to us men.
All right, basically, I'm a big type person that, I'm the type of person, I've always prided myself on doing things from a legal perspective. But my thing in a nutshell is that I wish that the male stylists would as they do know that you can't get rich standing behind the chair. But I would encourage them to find ways to legally diversify themselves, because all too often we find ourselves drifting into other activities to supplement our income. And I would just encourage them to find more ways to substitute the income, as a counselor, barber, et cetera, to be of better impact, to the community and to the industry itself, to shine better light on it. And I'm real hard on that, because I just think we deviate sometimes, and it's obvious from the news and some of the articles that you read that a lot of shops are raided, particularly male shops, because we find ourselves deviating into other activities, because we hadn't properly branded ourselves. And I think you're the epitome of what it is to
Yes.
Wow, thank you.
to pursue success.
That's true.
And I'm honored and thankful for being here today.
Yes.
Well, I tell you, I really do appreciate both of you all coming
you.
today.
Thank you.
And I am sitting here saying to myself, there must be a part 2 to this conversation.
It has to be.
We want to thank the Right Reverend Prophetess Tossia Washington for coming today, and
Thank
the
you.
Honorable Mr. Shabazz,
Yes.
whom I look up to dearly. But before we do go, I want you all to be able to get in touch with these great hairstylists, with this great hairstylist and this phenomenal barber. So please tell us, how can we get in touch with you?
One of the ways they can get in touch with me is through Facebook, which is Tossia Washington, or you can reach me by cell, 334-524-2230.
And she is a preacher, so for those of you all, and she can preach, may I add. Mr. Shabazz, how can we get in touch with you?
We could be located at 409 North Gilmore Avenue in Lynette, Alabama, or you could call me directly on my cell, which is connected with my business as well, at area code 706-518-3530, and you can also find us on Facebook under the title Faheem Shabazz.
Mr. Shabazz, I'm telling you, that guy there, if you need a house, if you need a lawyer, if you need a counselor, you want to get in touch with him. So thank both of you all for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for tuning in to 926 Styles with Toby the King. If you would like to appear on the show, please feel free to email us directly at tobytheking@hotmail.com or by calling our office at 334-524-9016. On 926 Styles, we feature guests from hairstylists to barbers, makeup artists to models, and fashion designers to brand representatives. Now, back to 926 Styles with Toby the King.
Welcome to the Stylz with Tobby the King. We're now here featuring our model today. She's wearing just a jazzy kind of bob with several different colors. We did colors as in burgundy, purple, gold, and some brown highlights, and it's feathered to the side, and it's kind of coming down to show that bob effect on one side, giving her just a little asymmetricness. Thank you for tuning in to the Style Seat with Toby the King.
We have an amazing offer for our viewing audience from 9TWO6STYLZ. Do you desire to go from curly to silky straight with the stroke of a professional silkening straightener? Toby the King has designed your solution, the opulent signature flat iron. This beautiful, rich purple titanium plated 1.5-inch straightening iron has the heating capability of 250 to 450 degrees. This will achieve that silkening professional look used by models today. This beautifully designed product also comes with a gold signature by Toby the King. If you also desire to achieve those precise professional haircuts, Toby the King has designed the exquisite, vibrant purple hair shears. They will give you that trendy and precise professional cut you are seeking. These are a must-have for your beauty needs. Either one of these exclusive beauty products designed by celebrity hairstylist Toby the King can be yours today by visiting www.tobytheking.com or simply calling 334-524-9016.
What's up, everybody? I'm celebrity hairstylist Tobby the King. I have something just for you. My autobiography, A Dead Promise Resurrected. If you're going through anything, a toxic relationship, you have been diagnosed with some terminal illness, hear my story. You can get it today at 334-524-9016 or by visiting my website, www.tobytheking.com. Well, I tell you, we've had an amazing show today and very interesting dialogue. The male stylist versus the female hairstylist. Well, I want to say to you that gender has absolutely nothing to do with the hairstylist, but it all depends upon the individual. It all depends upon you. It depends upon what you decide to do with what it is that you've given. Right before we go off, I want to give you a word for today. And the word for today is pray God-sized prayers. God said you do the impossible, you do the possible, but you let God do the impossible. So with that being said, since we're going to pray, you may as well pray a God-sized prayer. And a God-sized prayer is much bigger than you and I. Thanks for tuning in to 926 Style with Tobby the King. See you again on next week.